Hi YouTube, this is Eric and this is my experience of coming down off of Adderall. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe button yet, click right down there and hit the like and subscribe button. Like and subscribe to our channel. I post a ton of different videos up on mental health, mental illness, suicide awareness, sobriety, whatever it is. Just letting people know they're not going through life alone. So if you haven't clicked the like and subscribe button yet, they're right down there. Click those and come join us. Hi YouTube, this is Eric and this is a video on what I have found as my personal experience coming down off of Adderall. I take Adderall daily. I'm diagnosed with ADHD. I take 20 milligrams a day. I take 10 milligrams in the morning. I take 10 milligrams at lunch. And it helps me be extremely productive throughout the whole day. And yes, you do kind of come down off of Adderall. And these are my experience of what I kind of go through when I'm actually coming down off of Adderall. So Adderall is my saving grace. Adderall is what gets me through the day and allows me to be extremely, extremely productive. If I don't take Adderall, my days are pretty much shot. It's a waste of time almost because I can't focus in. My head is so scatterbrained and all over the board. And it really allows me to live a productive life, and I'm very, very thankful to it. I have self-medicated even before in the past when it comes to caffeine or it's come to alcohol or to drugs to help give me that somewhat of a sane feeling in a sense of slowing down, because ADHD, we are different inside. I mean, our brains don't fire off the same as everybody else, and it's all right. And I really look at it as the greatest gift in the world because it allows me to be super, super, super extroverted. I started this company based on mental health and suicide awareness. It's allowed me to do all this stuff. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't. But what I found is that there's this huge stigma that goes along with Adderall because yes, it is a little bit like cocaine, or has kind of some of the same effects if you're taking it and you don't need it. It can give you a high, but I did a video on it, of what my thoughts are, and this is a video of what it's like when I'm actually coming off of Adderall, because yes, you do kind of come off of Adderall every single day, and the tip that I really have if you're coming off of Adderall and you don't quite know what to do, because it does give you a little bit of a drop feeling when you do come off of Adderall. So the feelings that I really experience, though, are not really visible. They're all internal. I get a huge sense of anxiety, actually, that starts to spark, and all of a sudden I feel like I'm not doing enough. And it's a huge mental shift, and it happens in about a 10-15 minute period, and that's why I make sure I budget my Adderall until about 5 o'clock of how I take it, so that I don't get this during the daytime, because if I do, then I get a lot of anxiety that builds up, and it can even get depressed and shut down completely. But you will notice that there's a huge just shift instantly, almost, and mentality-wise, of being able to get anything done. All of a sudden you start to get reabsorbed back into your mind. It all starts to race, and all these great ideas are coming around and in your head, and there's like these fragments of just motivation that turn into non-motivation. That's really one of the biggest things that I've noticed when I'm coming down off of Adderall, is also noting a wave shift in my mentality and my feelings of how I am. And that's when I know, okay, my day is pretty much over, because the Adderall is starting to wear off and start to calm down. And it doesn't necessarily at all make me hyper in any way. It's that focus and that shift in your brain of trying to actually complete sentences, complete thoughts type deal, and being productive. So, one of the things of coming down, you will notice that your brain, at least for me, gets a little bit more scatterbrained, and it's more of an instant drop that I start to notice it happening, and then within an hour, I'm usually all scatterbrained and all over the board, and I'm trying to get focused on different things, and it does get a little bit frustrating. So that's one of the biggest changes that I notice when you're coming down off of Adderall, that I feel. And one of the biggest things to help you with it is, drink some caffeine throughout it. Some people are affected by caffeine different than others, by not being able to sleep. I can still sleep drinking caffeine. So I'll drink like a Diet Coke, or I'll drink a Coke, an hour after I know that my Adderall is wearing off, to kind of help maintain the sanity, in the sense, in my brain throughout the rest of the evening, so that I kind of keep the caffeine going. That's really the biggest difference that I notice, is that when I'm coming off of Adderall, is I still have I gain the just shift in my mentality of not being able to focus, if that makes sense. So that's right there is the biggest one that I noticed. There's nothing that I've ever found physical wise that's happened to me, like my skin turning colors, any of that kind of crap. It's all mental, and that's the worst part about it, because to share it, you have to just be able to talk about it, and you can't actually see it, but it is there, if that makes sense. Another thing of when you're coming down from Adderall is all the side effects pretty much go away. The cotton mouth that I experience goes away, the appetite goes away, and it actually hits a lot stronger because if you're not making sure that you're eating during taking your Adderall, it is a appetite suppressant. It does do weight loss. I mean, that is one of the side effects of it. Uh, it's it hits you in a wave. All of a sudden, you are starving, hungry, and I mean, could eat anything and everything in the world. It seems like I can even eat the dog over there that's barking right now. That's a joke, but it really every of the one of the side effects of that I've experienced personally with Adderall, they all go away within about an hour of the dry mouth and the appetite being suppressed. My appetite comes right back. I've never had any issues with it not coming back. I've never had any issues with the dry mouth staying with me. And that's just really when I know, okay, my Adderall's, pretty much running out of my system. So any of the side effects that I feel that are real common side effects of Adderall, they all end up going away once the effects start to really wear off. So the other effects that I really feel coming off of Adderall, besides a lot of the like the dry mouth and everything, coming back, my appetite coming back, is there is an emotional change too. Sometimes depending on where I'm at in the day or what's going on in my life, it can lead to very quick anxiety or depression, which is a side effect of it. Also, the fatigue definitely hits. You do feel a little bit exhausted when the Adderall is actually losing its effect. It is an upper. It does jolt your system, and that's why a lot of people will abuse their prescriptions, or they'll abuse the drug and not need it because of the high effect almost that it gives you. But the essentially the detox of it every day that you go through, there is that emotional shift and that emotional change, and it's normal. It's going to happen. You go from being ultra productive, ultra focused into losing that, and more mental. I found with me than anything is it just becomes really frustrating. Sometimes because I'm not being as productive, or I'm not getting done the rest of what I needed to get done, and next thing I know, I procrastinated it until tomorrow. With the sleep, it doesn't really affect my sleep at all. That is a common though side effect is that you have trouble sleeping. With me, it wasn't the case, and has never been the case. Um, but you do have a little bit of a body exhaustion almost. It's more of a mental exhaustion. It's like you took a ton of tests during the day and you mentally drained yourself, but you're not physically exhausted almost. So one of the easy ways to combat that is make sure that you do work out in the morning, or at least walk. Get that physical exercise so that when it does hit at night, you have that physical tiredness along with the mental tiredness. It makes it a lot easier to go to bed. That's the easiest way I found to kind of override that side effect when you're coming down. But any of the other side effects that they say are the withdrawal effects, I've never experienced any of them. Again, I've been taking it for 20 years. It's part of my life, and it's helped me be who I am, and it's helped me lead a productive life. So wouldn't trade it for the world. But those are the effects that I feel when I'm coming down off of Adderall. They're nothing major. The depression can sink in, anxiety can sink in, and those, it's at the end of the day, and it's like just reminding yourself, okay, it's all right. Tomorrow's a new day type deal. But you know what? I again, wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm so glad that I am on Adderall because it helps me lead this just very productive life, and allows me to get so much more done than what I'd ever be able to get done because I was struggling so much before I found it. So hopefully you get something out of this. If you haven't clicked the like and subscribe button yet, like and subscribe to our channel. Got more videos coming up, and all it is, it's about people helping people.